Well, we're back with Windsor Waffles, and they're going to kind of give us an idea of some of the things that they make, but we're going to get involved in making them too. So which recipes did you want to work on today?
So we're going to work on a couple of different ones. First of all, I'm going to be making a whipped goat's cheese, and it's going to have some crushed walnuts on there too, and a little bit of balsamic glaze on there.
That sounds delicious.
Thank you.
I never would have thought balsamic. That sounds so savory with salads, but does it sweeten things up, or how does that flavor add to it?
It does. With it being a glaze, it kind of sweetens it up, and it depends on which one you get. Some of them are more vinegary, and some of them are more sweeter, kind of like more of a honey taste.
Oh.
So it really depends on which kind of glaze you get. And I like the one where it's kind of a mix between both. I like a little bit of sweet on there with the cheese, and then also the vinegar taste too.
Yeah. And you had mentioned to me in the past too that you have a special trick with the goat cheese because some people feel that goat cheese can be a strong flavor. So that's why you're doing a whipped version, correct?
That's right, yeah. And what I found is it works really well if you get the goat's cheese and then you kind of just even add just a dash or a splash of milk in there and then whip it up with a whisk. And it kind of makes the flavour more light and more whipped and easier to work with and spread too. A lot of people with the goat's cheese, they may feel it's slightly strong, but just adding a slight bit of milk and whipping it up kind of makes the taste and the flavour a lot more subtle.
So the trick is, for folks at home, is to add a little bit of milk, and that will kind of at least make it a little bit more of a whipped look to it.
Yep.
Yeah. So if, let's say, you're a little shy when it comes to goat cheese, is there any other kind of cheeses that you would recommend, like maybe like a cream cheese, if people are a little bit less adventurous?
Yep, that's right, yeah. Cream cheese is the one that we've done before. We've also like chopped chives on there too. That worked really good.
That would be good.
And then also again adding the balsamic or some type of honey maybe sometimes, depending on people and how they want
honey.
it sweet.
Touch
or
all
not.
those taste buds.
Right. Oh, my favorite kind of Greek yogurt is adding a little bit of honey on top of it. So yeah, honey is a really good
maple
sweetener.
syrup. Have you done maple syrup?
No, I haven't, but that's another good try.
So you've got the goat cheese on. Now you're kind of crushing up the waffles to get them small enough probably to make sure that they get on there.
Make sure the walnuts are on there. This adds a nice little crunch to it too.
Absolutely.
And adds a lot of flavour.
Yeah.
So let's say someone's at home and they want to try to reinvent this wheel. What are some tips that they can do? Maybe not, obviously, if they want it done right, come to you guys, but some kind of tips for folks at home.
I would say with the ingredients, just try and use anything that you really enjoy. I mean, if you're making waffles at home, and play around with it. Don't be scared to try different things. A lot of people haven't really tried much more than kind of like a maple syrup on their waffle or a bit of a powdered sugar. So when they come to us, they love all these different flavours, and it gives them ideas of things that they can also make at home too.
Yeah,
so I just go and try different things, and see what works.
And I think it's really fun. I've actually been to a number of weddings this last summer of people that, like, breakfast is their favorite food or brunch is their favorite food. And people are all about kind of personalizing their weddings at this point. And so, I mean, you guys are a great fit for that, because if this is up someone's alley, how much fun is it to have them come to your wedding? They make these fresh on the spot. They absolutely look, I mean, just phenomenal, like decadent, but also very, very classy. And I do kind of want to show this while you're doing that too. So this is one of their wedding ones, and it's got the little M&Ms on it, but some of them have champagne glasses, and they say just married. And my favorite thing is that they made the custom little boats there with the name on it, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, so nailed it.
So you're going to take that home. That's right, just for you.
My husband would appreciate this. So I just think that's so cool. And then also you guys can do them in wedding colors, right?
Definitely. So we meet with all of our couples before their wedding and do a consultation to see if there's any colors, any allergies, and then we try to customize as much as we can to their style.
Yeah, I absolutely love your skill when you do the drizzle. So what are some good tips on how to do that professional drizzle at home?
I would say start off by doing it light at first. It's kind of tempting just to kind of squeeze the bottle and kind of then lots come out at once. Just be super light with drizzling any of the chocolate syrups or any of the milks. As a kid, I used to love making desserts, so I got kind of a few years practice in doing it.
As an adult, I still love doing the same thing.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I think the important part, though, is probably tasting it, just to make sure. Obviously, we don't want anything to go to waste on this show. We should probably make sure that it is as good as it looks.
I'm going to let you have the first bite, and I'm going to go ahead and tell them what's coming up next. How local institutions are celebrating Black History Month. We'll have that for you up next.